The way people buy and sell cars hasn't really changed much over the last 20 years. We still use many of the same methods to buy cars as we did when the car first came out 100 years ago. On average, we spend 17 hours looking for a car. And we do this because there's a lot of money to save on a great deal. Next slide. Finding a great deal is hard because there's no centralized platform, inconsistent and illegitimate information, and no standardized pricing in the Mena region. Introducing Seez. Seez condenses the entire search process into one transparent and AI-powered search engine. Move to demo. Move to demo. This is Elias. Elias sees a car he likes on the street and takes a picture of it to see which car it is. Immediately, he sees the estimated value of the car and its expected depreciation. The AI behind the pricing even scans the market to constantly adjust its algorithm to make sure that it stays relevant with the market as it is currently. Elias decides to search for the car and immediately sees all cars on all websites in the whole country and finds all the best deals. When he searches, our AI negotiation chatbot Cesar automatically contacts every single dealer to ensure that he gets the best deal out there. So when he's ready to search, we will already have negotiated some cars so he can see what their final price is. And when he finds a car he likes, with the help of our WhatsApp integration, he simply contacts the seller and books a test drive, all with the help of Seez. Back to presentation. In the car buying process, we focus on the search of cars. Regionally, our main competitors are the existing online classifieds. Globally, however, there are some competitors that offer some of our features, but they lack some of the technical capabilities we do. They do price estimation, but they don't use AI to enhance their price estimation. And none of our competitors negotiate the car prices on behalf of the customer. Since launch, we've reached top 3 in our category, above apps like Tinder and Dropbox. We've seen some amazing growth since launching the app. We currently grow 20% month over month, and 25% of all searches made inside the app converts into leads. That's generated over 80,000 leads. And we're excited to announce that we'll be expanding into Saudi Arabia before the end of 2018, and we plan to grow into 3 to 5 more countries every year moving forward. To tackle the $9 billion automotive market ads, we have 3 channels of monetization. We work with OEMs and certified dealers to send them leads on their featured cars, both on new and used cars. And with our comprehensive view into the ecosystem, we offer brands like Audi and Mercedes a detailed business intelligence tool into the market so they can see the current ecosystem, their brand loyalty, and car retail inventory. We also partner with value-added services such as banks, insurance companies, and service packages. We're excited to announce that we're introducing a new feature into the Seez app. Now you'll be able to lease cars through the Seez app. So instead of just seeing new and used cars, you can also see the leasing options for these cars. We'll be launching about 60% of cars on the roads in the US and EU are leasing cars, whereas in Mena, it's only 1%. And with women entering the Saudi market, this is a golden opportunity to grow the leasing market in the Mena region. We're excited to be announcing that we will be partnering with some of the top brands, and we'll be offering over 100 different models with these partners. Our CEO, Tariq, comes from a VC and investment background with some top firms, and I come from a big data and machine learning background. Our team consists of 7 out of 11 of our team are developers, and 4 of them have a machine learning or AI background. Seez has single-handedly weaved together the highly fragmented auto listing market so that when you're looking for a car, you can see both buying and leasing, so you can get the right car at the right time at the right price. We're currently operating in the UAE and Kuwait, and we'll soon be expanding to Saudi Arabia. So if you're a car dealer or a brand, or offer any value-added services to cars, visit us on Seez.co today.
Okay, questions?
I'm going to put you on the spot. You were saying 60%, and then you paused for a bit. What was the 60%? The curiosity is killing me.
So
you mentioned 60% something, and then you...
Yeah, 60% of the cars on the road in the US and EU are leasing cars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's what we want to... We believe that maybe not 60% here, but we believe
and
that...
And 1% in the UAE.
Exactly, in the MENA region in general.
Sounds good. As a technology, like I get the gamification of taking a picture, and but then how are you validating that the actual price that you're estimating is what the price is being sold at, especially since the transaction doesn't really happen through Seez? That's question number one. Number two, you're estimating 8,300 cars sold. How are you estimating that?
So to answer your first question, there is always inaccuracy, especially in a region where we are here when we don't have like the validation of how much did actually get sold for. Because there is so little data about all this, the best way we do it is we're teaming up with partners and validating through the information they get, such as insurance companies, bank loans. We validate through them. And then we also scan the market and train our data on that so that we ensure that whenever we've trained our data, that it actually matches the market as it is now. It's not far from perfect yet, but because it's driven by AI, it will constantly get better. And the more it learns about the market, the better it becomes at both predicting the market value and the depreciation. To answer your question about how we estimate we sold this many cars, that's also really hard to estimate since we don't follow the whole process. We only follow the search part. But we work very closely with the OEMs and certified dealers, and we constantly check with them how many cars were sold through you, and then we extract this conversion, and then we extract it to all the leads we've sent. So we apply it that way.
So how many sales have you have gone through Seez? What's the number per month on average?
So there's the amount of leads going through every month. So it's it varies month by month, but about 5,000 leads per month. 5,000 leads per month,
okay. And how important is the AI versus it being just another marketplace? I mean, what is the user benefiting from being on Seez versus being on another marketplace?
Yeah. So the AI part comes in the negotiation part of the whole thing. Okay. Instead of when you look at a car, you will normally just see the listing price. But the AI helps you extract that number, which is the final price that the owner has in his head, extract that and actually shows that to you. You can't see that anywhere else. So you have a unique view into something that would previously be outside your scope. It can now enter your scope of what's your budget.
But aren't you causing the owners to sell at a lower price? Because it's a free market, has to it balances out, right? So what happens? So the owner sells at a lower price.
Yeah, he will say, we negotiate and he will lower the price. Okay. Then when it's a lower price, it will seem like a more attractive deal on our platform, so you will get more leads that way.
Okay.
And because you guys right now, from what I understand, you're not an end-to-end solution, meaning the transaction is not actually happening on your platform yet. So how are you? What's the current business model?
So the current business model is we work with the OEMs to send them leads. So every time we send a lead on either their certified used cars and new cars or leasing, we make money on every single lead there. And we market their cars both on our own platform and in the campaigns we do so that we attract more users. And the unit economics add up, so that's how we attract money from there. Then we have a monthly subscription on our business intelligence tool, and that's with all the OEMs as well. So once they sign up for the leads, we also upsell them with the business intelligence tool, and that's where we make because it's subscription-based, we make a monthly revenue from there as well.
And what's the cost structure or the pricing model going to look like on that business intelligence service?
So the business intelligence, I can't give you the exact details because it varies by manufacturer to manufacturer, but it's a substantial amount.
Okay.
I have one question. You know, when leasing a car or buying a used car, the first concern of the consumer is to check the history and how can you guarantee the level of, security? How can you provide this?
So there are some key things like when you buy a car, it's the price and it's the quality, like you just mentioned.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the quality, it's really hard for us to do it based on just the pictures. But we do this by teaming up with trusted partners that do these kind of services. So it's through partnerships. And when they're partnered, we make sure to show that these cars are validated. And then we also just show everything else out there. So we can't do the whole validation of every single car that's out there in the market, but we show them which ones we actually know are good quality, or we know the quality of.
Okay, so you're doing kind of partnership with
Exactly.
people who can verify the, the engine, the chassis.
Yeah, so our partners do all that, but we just highlight that these partners do these things.
So, a quick question. Your biggest challenge as a startup right now, what is it?
Our basic what?
Challenge.
Our basic challenge. It's figuring out...
Biggest,
yeah. That's figuring out the Saudi market. So Saudi is a fragmenting market, but they have Haraj as one of their main websites, and figuring out how we're going to put all their cars there together is going to be a challenge, since people put everything from shrimps to cars inside the car section. That's a big challenge. And then how we're going to deal with the language barrier, that's also another challenge, since our negotiation chatbot is trained in English.
All right, let's have one more round of applause for Seez.